Try it, see what comes out. So anyways, you're asking me about like becoming successful. So it's stupid tweaks. So it's like we're eating peas and green beans at fucking 10:40 at night. You asked me to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like instead of firing up a pizza or doing whatever, we made some vegetable soup, which I thought was banging, and then peas and green beans or whatever, right? So this tweak, as opposed to loading up on carbs right before trying to go to bed and like eating breads and shit that just turns to sugar and glucose and all that, you eat something that's actually like good for you. So going back to the water, instead of just drinking water, again, you're asking me like what it takes to become successful. It is these stupid little tweaks that most people just do not think to do. So for the water, as opposed to just drinking straight water, which is good to hydrate, when you put Himalayan pink salt into water, to make Soleil water, it's super simple. You throw a bunch of tablespoons into that and just let it sit overnight, and eventually it gets all absorbed. Whatever doesn't get absorbed, you'll see the pink salt at the bottom of the container, and then you know that it's saturated with the Himalayan pink salt. Why is that good? Because 89 minerals or 91 or whatever it is, and it's the cell membranes within the body, it increases permeability or whatever it is to hydrate you better. So now your brain's operating better because you're more hydrated, your body's operating better, you have less inflammation in your body's able to cleanse things out better. But all you asked for me tonight was, hey, can you make me something to eat? Yeah, sure, dude. Sure. Let's make something fucking healthy that nobody's eating.
It only took 5 minutes compared to when a pizza's going to take 20 minutes and it's going to be worse.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, yeah, it only took 5 minutes, too. But in terms of, like, what it takes to become successful, what people don't realize is that it's way more... It's very small tweaks. If I was aiming a gun at a target right there, and I aim the gun right here and I fire, it's going to hit the target. But if I move the gun like this, it's a small tweak from like this, from here to here. Mm-hmm. It's a very small tweak. But the thing is that from here to here, as it continues out, it becomes a larger and larger difference. So again, I'm trying to use very simple examples. By eating something like this, as opposed to the pizza, well, it's a small fucking tweak. I mean, it's not going to make a difference tonight.
Yeah.
You know, firing the bullet from here is not going to make a difference in a foot. Not really. You could even think it's going to hit the target still. But as time goes on and you continue to do this and the other person continues to eat the pizza, well, now that guy's got health problems, and you know, you start to get super driven, and you want to work your job, and you want to become, I don't know, you want to close 100 deals for this month as opposed to closing 80, which you typically do. And if you are pitted against that person because of little tweaks like this, or what are you listening to on the radio? You know, a tweak of, instead of listening to the music, you're listening to
Podcast.
Jordan Belfort, or podcasts, right. What do you listen to?
I usually listen to either Bigger Pockets, Money Podcast.
What is that?
It talks about like real estate and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've transferred from that to more of the YouTube, now to the Shopify thing, learning about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just...
Yeah, you want to open a Shopify store?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, for everybody who points at the successful person and tries to put them down, like a lot of people talk all this shit about, like I said, Ty Lopez. They talk all this shit. They're like, oh yeah, his shit's rented and he's the biggest asshole, he's a con artist, he's all this kind of stuff. But you haven't done anything with your life. Like, can I steal this? Can I steal my water back? So, in this water, if we were to fill this to the top, and this was like your focus for the day, so if that is your limited amount of focus of which you have to pour into things, and you've got all these different, let's say, buckets throughout the day that you could pour that into, the people who are pouring anything into hating on people who have done something with their lives, whether or not you like them, Like there's some of these like rappers coming up, and I just look at them. I'm like, the fuck am I looking at? But whatever. Like you did something better than me. You tattooed freak. Like I don't know what to say, but
6'9".
yeah, whatever. I mean, he's doing something right because he's doing really well.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I spend my time pouring, I'm not going to pour this out on the countertop, but if I spend my, pour it on your food. If I spend my time pouring, my focus onto shit that I don't care about, what people don't realize is so much time throughout the day is spent focusing upon shit that you don't care about or that you don't like. And at the end of the day, nobody really gives a shit what you don't like. It's a waste of time for you. So if you're asking me what it's going to take to make that kind of money that you asked me before we turn this on, I mean, you can make that in 3 years. You can make that this year. I mean, instead of doing dumb shit, then again, I jumped through fire last night. So let's leave that alone. But instead of doing, dumb shit, learn investing. Learn how to close better. You work a sales job. Have you taken a sales course?
No.
Why?
Exactly.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot who the guy's name is. He spends $30,000 a year to just belong to this club. I forgot what the club's name is. He spends $30,000 a year. Some people don't make 30 grand a year, but he spends 30 grand a year to belong to this club, to go to, it's like 2 summits a year. But he goes with his fucking notepad out and learns from everybody on stage to figure out exactly what are the tweaks that work. And he goes there with his notepad and he learns, and then he goes on the forums that he can belong to. It's a paywall. So he pays $30,000 for this. He makes over $500,000.
Yeah.
So that $30,000, a lot of people look at, certain courses, and I'm not saying everybody's courses are good, but find a good sales course and fucking take it.
For real.
What you, me, and everybody else does, we always want shit for free. So we go on YouTube and we watch YouTube videos and we get all this stuff for free and we do all, free trial of this. You can cancel within these days. Cool. But you have no skin in the game, so you don't take it seriously. And
Exactly.
Truth of the matter, you can probably find all of the data that is pertinent to being in sales. You can probably find that by scouring the free cosmos of the internet, but it's not packaged in a step-by-step program. So, for example, one that I was looking at was, I brought him up before, Jordan Belfort. So he's the Wolf of Wall Street, right? So he has a sales course called the Straight Line, I think it's like Straight Line Persuasion Theory or something like that. I don't know how much it is, but I'll bet you it's fucking worth it.
Yeah. He actually wrote a book on it too.
Yeah. So, I mean, little tweaks like this, tweaks like going to bed at the same time at night, waking up at the same time every morning. I don't give a fuck if it's the weekend.
For real.
Wake up at the earliest time you have to wake up. If you got to wake up at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday, then wake up at 6 o'clock every single day during the week. Why? Because it's like running. If you're running and you're having your stride going and you're good to go, or you're breathing, you breathe cyclically, right? If that's a word, cyclic, whatever, cyclically. If you're running and you're breathing and you have this rhythm going, right? And then all of a sudden, instead of taking your full stride, you just stop 1 foot here, and then you keep trying to run. It's gonna jar you up for a little bit. What the fuck do you think happens when everybody gets up all during the week, and then on the weekends, they go out, they party, they do whatever the fuck they're doing, and then they sleep late, they're hungover, they're all types of fucked up, their body's hormones are a mess, they feel like shit. Oh fuck, it's Monday, now I gotta go back to my shit job. I just blew my money for the week on fucking whatever I did for the weekend. Yeah, and those tweaks are why some people become successful, some people do not. And one of the things that I ascribe to pretty strongly is the 1% rule, which just means 1% better today, 1% better tomorrow.
1% better.
That's it.
Yep.
1% better. And when I say 1%, for example, upstairs I got a king size bed, right?
Yep.
That shit is comfortable as fuck. You know why I bought that? You know why I splurged and bought? I am this big, okay? Like, you know why I bought that bed? Because it makes me 1% better to sleep through the fucking night comfortably. And yeah, it was a few $1,000s, but okay, that's 1%. Why did I in the boots that I bought Dr. Scholl's fucking, pads.
Yep.
Why did I buy pads? Well,
so your feet don't
so it's 1% better. So every single day, just do something that's 1% better than you are. And if you're sitting there and you're feeling sorry for yourself, ask yourself this fucking question. What can I do right now to make myself 1% better for tomorrow? And if the answer is do one push-up,
do that push-up.
Then do the push-up. Oh, the gym's closed. Do you have a fucking pair of stairs in your house? Run up and down the damn stairs. Yeah,
Do some crunches.
Do crunches. Do something. Do 1% better. You want to have a better relationship with your spouse. What can you do to be 1% better? Bring that bitch some fucking flowers, right?
Cook some dinner, do anything.
Burn the dinner so she never asks you to cook the dinner again.
Kill 2 days in one stone.
Well, it's the tweaks. It's the little stuff behind the scenes that nobody gets to see but you. It's the stuff where you get to if you go online and you study the greats and you put yourself next to those greats, if you want to make that kind of money like you're saying, just keep studying the outliers who are totally out of the status quo on that graph of where people land in life. Study the Elon Musks and the friggin' Tony Robbins and the up and coming. Elliot Hulse is phenomenal. I love him. The Rich Pianos, the study the greats and you just do what the greats do. It's like I said about the gym. If you want to get your head together, go and walk up to somebody who's got what you want. You want to learn to bodybuild like a motherfucker. Find the biggest guy in the gym. Make friends with him. Walk up to him. Tell him, fuck, I've done this, by the way. I've walked up and been like, I'm really impressed with your body. And I'd really like to look like you. So, no. I had a little more couth.
Hey, you're a little bit more
hey. Sup, bro?
So, bro,
you want the juice or are you real? No, but do that stuff. And then remember at the end of the day, you gotta do the shit that nobody else is willing to do. And if you do the shit that nobody else is willing to do, day in and day out, you will have what nobody has.
Yeah, and you can do what everybody else can't because you did what they won't.
Yeah. You gotta do that. I'm spouting all this stuff off my fucking top of my head, but comfort, if you're comfortable, every single day, when you go out there and you're trying to drum up business, right? You go and hit this door. You go and hit that door. You hit this door. No. Fuck, I feel like shit. Let me go home. Or get on the fucking phone, call somebody to build you up and get back out there and keep making it happen.
Exactly.
Oh, you got a sale for today. Cool. Are you going to go home? You're going to get another one. And I'm not saying be a workaholic, but I'm saying just do what most people are not doing and do it consistently. So, that's helpful. Another thing, raise your fucking standards. I was having a conversation with a girl last month. And we were talking about, I was talking about goals. She was like, I like dolphins.
I like ponies.
It was not going to work with us. But So we're talking, and she's, you know, I don't know, a waitress off somewhere or whatever, and we're having this conversation, and, you know, she's asking me, you know, well, what are you trying to do? Because I was trying to get something. I'm like, something. There's got to be something. I was like, I'm trying to get to 30 grand a week, and I think at that point I'll probably be able to start to make the bigger moves that I'd like to do in life. And she was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be nice." I'm like, "It will be."
You think I'm kidding?
Yeah, and she stopped and she looked at me and she's like, "You're not kidding." I'm like, "No," because what she doesn't realize is we were sitting outside of a building. What she doesn't realize, and I explained this to her, and she got it. I looked at the building and I pointed at the building and I'm like, "Listen, that building is probably $3 or $4 million." I was like, 30 grand a week comes to 1.56 mil. So we'll say 1.5. I can't buy that building if it's 4 million. It's gonna take me 3 years or so, you know, and based on taxes and whatever it's gonna take years just to buy this building. And I said to her, I'm like, do you realize that everywhere that you go, every house you pass, every street not street so much, it's more the state, but every building you pass, every car that drives by, every dealership, somebody owns all of this. Like, you never I'll never forget pulling into the movie theater with my father, and we were having a conversation about like where I wanted to go and stuff, and we're driving in and there was just this giant glass building, and I didn't actually bring it up to him, but I remember I was young. I remember just looking up and I'm looking at this glass building. I'm like, wow, damn, imagine like walking across that. You know, there was like a loft area. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how do I get to own that? And I was like, dude, first off, I was broke at the time. I was broke most of my fucking life. I was broke at the time, and I was watching, like, I was like watching life go by because I couldn't figure out where's the fucking money. I'm surrounded by money. Mm-hmm. Like, that person has money, that building costs money, that car costs money. There must be money somewhere.
How do I get it?
Yeah, I'm like, so how do I get? But, you know, I had an income for the year at that point, probably, I don't know, like 30 grand or something. And I'm looking at this building, I'm like, how do I get to own that? And it's like, that's how you have to think. So it's like, you know, small tweaks, hanging out with people who've got what you want already, learning from them, you know, the whole mentor thing that's so played out on fucking social media. Find mentors, and it's like a fucking 17-year-old telling you how to, like, do shit he's never done.
Shopify.
Yeah, you know what the other problem... This is going to go all over the place. The other problem with the whole social media thing is that anybody can talk about anything.
Yeah.
And since you have to play the video, you can't stop the person and be like, your fact is wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, your math's off. That's not the date this happened. So it's like, it allows so many people to come across as if they, like, seriously know shit. That's the other thing with social media. But, I was going back to the story. I was basically trying to figure out where does this money come from, and I ended up finding out where it comes from at the end of the day is sales.
Yeah.
And it's, when I say sales, every single thing is sales. Everything out there. The reason you hang out with me is that I've sold you on the fact that I have enough value for your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, the reason you bought your bike, someone sold that to you. Why are you wearing that shirt? You're sold on the idea that it's a fucking good shirt. Everything is sales. Whatever movie you went to go see because your buddy told you it's a good movie, he sold you on the movie. And the fact that people will not get this through their fucking head, that everything is sales, bewilders me.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, if you become good at sales, and you become good at persuasion, and you're good at articulating your message, you'll you'll have an audience. And you know what you do with that audience? You sell them shit. Whether it's your job and you're selling your audience or your boss on the fact that you should get a promotion or a raise, or it's a sales position and you're selling people on buying your product, or you're a business owner and you're selling people on whatever. It's always, always, always sales. There's so many ideas that will never come to fruition because the people have no clue how to sell them at all. And I am not the best at doing it. Like, if I was, my YouTube channel would have some fucking viewers. But I just keep putting the content out when I can, and then we'll see what happens. I hope people like the videos and share them and subscribe, and cool. But meanwhile, I do this shit for fun because I like to guide people. I have no idea why. I just do. And if people would realize that sales is the only thing that makes the world go round, well, if you got good at sales, that means that you don't need the money. You need the idea and the persuasion techniques to get other people to invest in your idea. That's how you get your shit out there. That's awesome. If somebody walked up to me, actually, somebody did walk up to me and sold me on an idea to invest in a company called Ace My Interview. A small fucking company in Milford. I own 1% of it now. It's not huge. I put in $2,000. It's worth $48,000 or $50,000 now or whatever, because there's some dilution. But somebody sold me on that idea, and it has taken my money and multiplied it by 25. That's pretty good.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. But guess what? The guy starting the company didn't have the money. He had the idea, and he persuaded others. Not manipulation. There's a difference between persuasion and manipulation. He persuaded others to invest in his idea and his dream. And I'm one of those people. He sold me on that. He didn't need the fucking money. He just needed to be able to
Sell the idea.
Sell the idea. Right. So, I mean, you know, you were talking about the millionaire question that you're asking me and such. Being a millionaire is it's not the end all, by no means. It's just a step. And all it does is it starts to open up the freedom for you. That's it. That's all it does. Being a millionaire is not about the money. It is about being able to gain control back over your life.
Yeah.
So it's like the stuff that it takes to get to be a millionaire or get to be having control over your life, you know, just keep looking at what these people are doing and just fucking copy them.
Yeah.
And the other thing, fucking crazy simple, is just do it. That Nike commercial
Take
swoosh,
action, yeah.
fucking do whatever it is. Because Michael Jordan can have all the ability and talent in the world, and I am a really shitty basketball player. You're bad too?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like 6'4".
We'd be on the same
first
team.
question.
You're 6'4"?
Yep.
Is that? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm like 5'2". 5 and hoping. 5 and hoping. Yeah, I think I'm like 5'9", 5'8". Anyways, so yeah, if I shoot the basket or I take a fucking shot and he just holds the ball, which is what a lot of people do, they study all this stuff and then they don't actually apply it.
Yeah.
And then they study some more. And they go, well, I got to know this. I got to know this trick and this tweak and this and this and this and this and all this shit. But they're not. You would have had better luck at becoming, a better chance at becoming good at whatever it is that you want to do if you started doing it as a novice and didn't even look into this stuff and just failed forward, as opposed to learning everything and not applying it.
I'm not doing anything with it. Yeah. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. Unless, of course, you're me, and I miss a lot of the shots I take, too, if we're talking basketball. But, yeah, so, I mean, if you want the secret to, like, becoming successful, I mean, it's extremely simple. And you just have to go out and actually do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. I'm just going to turn this on during some other times we're talking.
Okay.
Subscribe and friggin', yeah, point at the camera. And, Yeah.
Yeah. Send it.
Oh yeah, like and comment.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And eat your veggies.
I just wrecked all of my credibility.
Yeah.